In this video, I'm going to go through this pole. It's a 25-foot carbon fibre pole and how I have it set up for window cleaning. Keep watching. Okay, with the poles, we started with the glass fibre poles. Moving up, we then go to the hybrid, and then above that, we move on to these carbon fibre. This is made 100% carbon fibre. Every brand has its own name for their poles. If you watch my channel, you know I use X-Line products. So this is called the Evolution Pro Plus, and it's 25-foot pole. So with X-Line, if you measure from the top all the way to the bottom whilst the pole is fully extended, it will be 25 foot. And their market it has given you an average working height of 30 foot. Okay, starting with the brush then, I use the DuPont 25 centimeter rectangle brushes from X-Line. These are my go-to and everyday brush. I also have the flocked version of these, which are good for leaded windows, solar panels, or anything with wooden frames. I use the Gardener's goosenecks, and I like the swivel goosenecks. Absolutely love these. And I also like the quick lock system, so I can take off brushes, change them round, and put my other brush back on, he says. And then you're good to go. Doesn't take long at all. Now the clamps that come originally with the pole from X-Line, I take them off and I replace them with these. These are absolutely top-notch clamps. What I find with the original clamps that are on here, they're a bit harsh. So when you open them, they actually wear down the sections on the poles rather quickly for my liking. These are the Phantom clamps from Facelift. They're really, really good. Simple, quick, easy to use. Inside the clamp, they have a rubber insert, which wears away rather than the pole. There is some wear on the pole still though. But what you'll get is more life out of the sections on your pole, and all you have to do to replace will be the rubber insert, and then your clamp is as good as new. Even when you've got a worn section on the pole, it'll still give you extra life. I've seen a lot of people put these clamps as well on other poles, such as from Gardener, so it's not just strictly X-Line. These were designed for the actual Phantom pole, but they will fit other poles out there. If you're going to try and do a gamble, I'd just get one clamp and try it on one section of your pole as a test. Inside, what I like to use is the univalve. In fact, I've got the whole setup from Exceed Innovations for the tubeless system. Absolutely brilliant, and it helps speed up my work and keeps the van nice and tidy and easy to use. When my son started working with me, he started with the hybrid pole. And what I said to him is, when I can see that he's going to take care of the pole, I'll then upgrade him to a carbon fibre pole, which is this one, and he did use this for a couple of years. What I've done now is I've gone and got him a high mod pole, as I use a high mod pole, and yeah, we both absolutely love high mod poles. My recommendation to start off with would be a carbon fibre pole if you've got the budget. If you haven't, you're going to have to go with a hybrid. Carbon fibres, they are nice and strong, harder wearing, more rigid than a hybrid pole, so they'll do you well. Carbon fibre pole will take quite a bit of punishment, and it is solid when compared to a hybrid pole. Helps if you're not standing on the hose. So it's quite easy to offer it up to the glass, pull the hose to get the univalve going, and away you go. Carbon fibre is a nice, good, strong pole, because I'm used to a high mod pole. You do find it quite weighty though, but that's because I've been spoilt. If you didn't know any different, I think you'd be happy enough with a carbon fibre. Now when you're cleaning a window face on like this, carbon fibre pole's absolutely fine. I do find though, when it's more of a horizontal, these weird funny angles that you will find, it is a bit on the heavy side, especially when compared to a high mod. Like with all poles, they've got some kind of coating and colour coded, so it's to warn you if you can overextend the pole. These can get worn off though, like they do with all poles. Another reason why I like the high mod you'll see in a later video is these are also bulbous, so you can't actually pull them out of the clamps. But with this carbon fibre one, once you've got the clamp unlocked, it's possible to overextend too far and actually pull it out. And as you all know, if you extend the poles within these colour-coded areas, just in case you're wondering, you're at risk of snapping or damaging your pole. My high mod pole, I'm definitely in love with. Carbon fibre is still a good pole though. It does take more punishment, does last longer. The individual sections, they're a lot cheaper, half the price than a high mod pole to replace. So it depends on your budget. If you can afford to maintain and look after a high mod pole, then I'd go with that. If you're going to struggle, because it is a bit more delicate and needs more looking after, then I'd go for a carbon fibre. You get more value for your money out of it. if you're doing lots and lots of work every day, day in, day out, then I'll probably lean to the high mod compared to a carbon fibre. So what I tend to do with my carbon fibre pole now is I use it as a spare backup should anything go wrong with my high mod pole, but also what I use it for, because I paid a lot of money for it, I'm not going to just throw it away or give it away. If I can get some use out of it for something else, I will. So I'm thinking of doing roof scraping, and as I've got a spare pole going, I use the carbon fibre pole. It's still strong, it's rigid, and it's a bit lighter than using anything else. So yeah, I'll use it for that. Also, I can remove this. I've got a brush that I'll put in there on another gooseneck so I can use that to bar side roofs. I could also take that out. I've got an attachment that goes in here, and then all I do is attach my hose to the bottom, and then I've got myself a sprayer as well for spraying chemicals. So it's worth keeping any spare poles handy. They'll come in useful for something else. In the next video, I'll go through my high mod pole. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video.